Next comes the role of China vis-a-vis India. China sees India as an important and indispensable part of its designs in this region. So does the US. And a geostrategic tug-of-war is on as we speak. In response to the India-China reset only last week, the US is making new moves to woo India. A powerful US Congressional Committee wants to rename the Pacific Command as the Indo-Pacific Command. This is very, very important. This is America's largest command with more than 400,000 troops, 5 carrier strike groups. The Pacific Command stretches from the western shores of the United States to the South China Sea, the Indian Ocean, Australia, New Zealand, Antarctica and Hawaii. If the name is indeed changed to Indo-Pacific, it is a reflection of the command's geographic reality. The proposed new name figures in the National Defense Authorization Act. This act has another interesting proposition. It proposes to fund a $1.5 billion effort over 5 years to anchor the US more firmly in Asia to counter China. That's the kind of money America is prepared to spend. This could include 2 major initiatives. One, strengthening the India-US partnership. In defense terms, this involves interaction at multiple levels, such as the India-Japan-US trilateral dialogue, the annual Malabar exercises, the newly set up quadrilateral, bringing together the US, India, Japan and Australia. The only disconnect here is the lack of political depth in the India-US partnership. That and the threats from Washington about India's trade surplus. The other initiative is to counter China's economic muscle, which is evident in the Belt and Road Initiative. Then we come to the next question. How can India leverage it? What does the big picture look like? The 2 major players that the world is watching right now are the United States and China. These 2 powers are looking at India. So which way is New Delhi going to lean? It doesn't have to lean either way. The United States is making its strategic moves in the Indo-Pacific region. It sees India as a friend. So Washington is trying to woo New Delhi through some gifts. Recently, remember, the United States approved the sale of armed Predator drones to India. The Trump administration now wants to rename America's Pacific Command, as I just told you, as the Indo-Pacific Command. As China expands the Belt and Road project around the world, the prospect of the rise of the Quad, an alliance between Australia, India, Japan and the US, is also gathering steam. So the other side is India's neighbor China. The informal summit between the leaders of the 2 countries has opened doors for several possibilities. Trade, of course, tops the list. The India-China economic project is an exciting prospect. If both sides can sustain this period of thaw, it allows India and China to have a mutually beneficial relationship. So 2 countries are trying to draw India into their camp. Can India leverage this? The answer is yes. This is a period where India can redefine its foreign policy commitments to maintain its strategic autonomy as a rising world power. This would allow India to work with both sides in areas of mutual interest, rather than pitting one against the other. And India would gain from a stable relationship with both the US and China. New Delhi can push Beijing for better business and investment cooperation. Both sides can even explore ideas related to infrastructure development. In the same breath, India can retain the United States as a strategic partner, and this would open doors for better military hardware and cooperation for development of technology. Strategic autonomy also ensures that India maintains its status as an independent player in regional issues like Afghanistan. India is emerging as a kingmaker. In short, it's a win-win situation.